Hollywood, home to fame, fortune, and unforgettable stars. But behind the glitzy red carpets, flashing cameras, and million-dollar mansions lies something a bit darker, a little more unsettling. What if I told you that the world of Hollywood isn't as perfect as it looks? That many of the celebrities we admire have been hiding secrets, battling demons, and making unimaginable sacrifices just to stay on top? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the shocking truths you won't hear in interviews or see on the big screen. Get ready for a deep dive into the dark side of Hollywood, and trust me, this is not something you want to miss. Let's start with something no one really talks about: mental health. We all see our favorite celebrities flashing their million-dollar smiles on social media, but behind those smiles, sometimes it's a different story. Mental health in Hollywood has become an invisible epidemic, and it's hitting stars harder than we could imagine. From Demi Lovato's public battle with addiction to Selena Gomez opening up about her struggles with anxiety and depression, many stars have fought against their own minds in a way that's so much darker than we realize. But here's the thing. The pressure of being a public figure can often make these issues worse. When your whole life is under constant scrutiny, you can feel trapped. You're expected to be perfect, even when you're falling apart on the inside. And in Hollywood, there's little room for error. In fact, mental health struggles are often swept under the rug. Stars are expected to show up, smile, and keep pushing through the pain, no matter what. And let's not forget the stigma that surrounds mental health in the industry. Celebrities who are brave enough to speak out about their struggles are sometimes labeled as difficult or too emotional. It's a harsh reality that many don't talk about. But the real question is, why is it that we only hear about these struggles when the stars are breaking down publicly? And how many are suffering silently just to keep their careers intact? Would you ever be able to handle that kind of pressure, knowing your every move is being watched? Now, let's talk about the real power games going on behind the scenes. We all know Hollywood is full of cutthroat competition, but what about the real shady stuff that happens when the cameras are off? Hollywood has been plagued with allegations of exploitation and misconduct for decades. The Harvey Weinstein scandal was just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the glamour of award shows and premieres, there are countless untold stories of abuse and manipulation. This isn't just one isolated incident. This is a system, a culture, built on power and control. Young actors and actresses are often pressured into compromising situations just to get a shot at fame. And when they try to speak out about it, they're either ignored, discredited, or worse, shut down completely. This is the ugly truth about the Hollywood machine that most of us will never get to see. But here's the thing, change is happening. The Me Too movement helped shine a light on the industry's darkest corners, and more voices are being heard than ever before. But why did it take so long? And how many people are still suffering in silence? Hollywood is starting to shift, but we can't forget that these issues are still deeply embedded. But maybe, just maybe, it's time we started demanding more from the industry. Here's something you might not think about when it comes to fame: how lonely it can be. We see the flashing cameras, the lavish parties, and the over-the-top events, but do we ever stop to think about the isolation that comes with being a star? Fame doesn't just mean you're surrounded by people, it means you're constantly watched, judged, and critiqued. It's hard to trust anyone when your every move is under a microscope, and the more famous you become, the more people might want something from you, whether it's your time, money, or just a piece of your soul. Remember Britney Spears and her breakdown that was broadcast to the entire world? Or Kanye West's mental health struggles that made headlines for weeks? Fame comes with a price, and sometimes that price is losing your sense of self. Imagine being surrounded by thousands of fans, yet feeling completely alone. That's the paradox of Hollywood. Seemingly endless love from millions, yet a profound loneliness that no one talks about. So, the next time you see a celebrity on stage or on the big screen, ask yourself, what are they really going through? It's an open secret in the industry that many of the biggest names didn't just land their roles based on talent, but on who they were willing to align with or what they were willing to sacrifice. And we're not just talking about physical sacrifices. Sometimes it's their integrity, their morals, or even their relationships. But here's the thing, despite the corruption, there are stars out there who are fighting to change the system. They're using their platforms to call for better treatment of their peers, to create awareness about mental health, and to shine a light on the toxic practices that have long dominated the industry. So, what's the bottom line here? Hollywood might be the land of dreams, but it's also a place full of hidden struggles, exploitation, and heartbreak. The glitz and glamour can blind us to the reality these stars face. But despite the darkness, there's a growing movement toward change. And maybe it's time we start demanding more transparency, more support, and more humanity in the industry. If this video has opened your eyes to the truth behind the scenes, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the dark side of Hollywood? Do you believe change is coming, or is it all just a show? Don't forget to subscribe for more insider stories, and remember, fame may look glamorous, but it's not always as pretty as it seems. Until next time, keep shining in your own world.